So let us discuss about the vesicular transport, because yesterday we have discussed a lot of things about the protein transport into the mitochondria from cytosol, and we have discussed about the first signal and second signal, right? Am I audible? Change kar lo.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
I'm changing just now. It's a perfect. Now my voice is perfect, I think. Now it will be perfect, I think. Okay.
Better, sir. Better, yeah.
Okay. So, friend, study has not joined, but I just can repeat quickly. This is mitochondria. We have discussed what is the structure and how the transport of protein occurs from cytosol to mitochondria and cytosol to chloroplast, right? So we have discussed similarity, how they are similar, because both are double membrane enclosed organ and both have the DNA as well as ribosome, right? So function as well, and there is a proteins. These proteins are there, and that is called as the protein translocators. In the mitochondria, there is a TOM, translocator of mitochondria. That's why TOM, name is TOM and TIM, right? And TIM 23, TIM 22, these are the two different proteins you can see. I can mark these proteins. Okay, I have uploaded this slide. Okay, this is the TOM. I have discussed. This is a TOM, TIM 23. This is TIM 22, and this is OXA. So we have discussed their functions. As you can see, over the outer mitochondrial membrane, there is a presence of TOM, which is connected to the outside cytosol, outside, and from where the protein is coming from the nucleus, right? And then they are translocated with the help of sometimes TIM23, right? So receptor, you can see blue color, and these receptors are specific. They are recognizing the signal sequences and they are binding with the help of binding independently, not ATP, but certainly whatever the chaperones are there, when they are binding, they must be released as soon as, because the protein should be free and they should enter inside this channel. And via this channel, they are in contact with the TIM23, they are coming to the inside matrix, right? So this is the matrix space. And the concept is that whatever the inside protein or from outside protein, they must first accumulate in the cytosol, and from here they can move to the anywhere. They can move to the outer membrane, inner membrane space, or inner mitochondrial membrane, right? Similarly, we have discussed the function about the TIM23. TIM22 is basically involved in the ADP, ATP, and phosphate transport, basically, and some protein that is part of the inner membrane protein, they are translocated via this TIM22. And what is the function of OXA? OXA mediates the insertion of inner membrane protein. So this was the focus of question in CSIR many times, right? So I think we should take the full screen. How we can see the full screen? Yes, this is now the full screen. Okay. So side by side, either we can see any one or we can see the both structure. So screen is visible, everything is visible clearly, or
yeah, sir.
Okay. So now you can see we have discussed about TIM-TOM and how the TIM-TOM is working, and then oximetric insertion of inner membrane protein, right? So we have discussed that. And now then we have discussed how signal sequence. There are two types of signal sequences: primary signal sequence and secondary signal sequence. Right. So Afrin, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can see here in the diagram, because this is the diagrammatic explanation, a very clear picture is there. So this is the recognition protein is there, protein attached to the signal sequence. There are a primary signal sequence, and ahead of the signal sequence, I have told you there is some hydrophobic sequences. They are attached, and they are a point of recognition with the TOM receptor, right? And this is not involving in energy, but in overall process, there are two ATPs involved. Once in the release of chaperones, while the receptor is binding, and protein starts moving inside, right? And then second, you can see as soon as there's a cleavage of single peptide, and then a second ATP is used for attachment of these chaperones inside the matrix, right? So the first idea is to making the protein inside. Okay, so the protein must be inside in the cytosolic. Once in the inside, and then you can see they can do whatever. This is the attachment side. This is the complex, and the complex of TOM and TIM23 complex. And with the help of the signal sequence, all the proteins, first signals is coming inside the stroma, and then all the proteins is coming, all right? So protein, what is the force here? Which force is propelling this protein? We have discussed yesterday. Can you tell me the Raj Lakshmi, which force is there, which is propelling here the protein inside the matrix?
Sir, it is like a propulsion, sir. So what happens actually is in TIM23, yeah. So just a second, sir. Yes, sir. So the protein moves into the matrix, and it is a propulsion force, sir. It is like a propulsion.
But what force is there, I'm asking? So since this is a part of post-translational mechanism, import of mitochondrial protein.
Electrochemical gradient.
Right. So if you are forgetting like this, then I cannot think that you can qualify the CSIR this time also. This is very sad. You must revise in the morning. I have told you mechanism. Just I was checking what you all are doing. You are taking not seriously, Chalo. Anyway, this is your life. What I can do. So this is a propulsion mechanism with the help of gradient. You can see this gradient is created, and then this all protein is going to push inside the stroma. And this how this gradient is created, because there is a proton pump. Mitochondria is related to the proton pump actually. So obviously the electron positive proton will be outside and negative will be inside. So there is electrochemical gradient, and that's why these proteins are pushed inside. And the second ATP, you can see the chaperones. Again, when the protein is transported and attached to the inner membrane. So, in the sequence, once the protein signal sequence is removed and then protein is coming, still if they are coming, the HSP70 is attached inside also, right? And when they are attached, then what happens? They cannot move, right? If they have to move some inside the inner membrane, they have to attach. They start moving again, or sometime they have to fold it properly. So this HSP70 must be released, and in order to release, they require energy. So that's why we have calculated there are 2 ATP required, and both the ATP is required to release during the chaperones, release of chaperones. So another day we have discussed about the, and also you must know that if the protein from the nucleus is coming and they are inserting via TOM and TIM23, only then they are utilizing the primary signal sequence. Otherwise, if they are moving from cytosol, because the primary signal sequences have detached and they have degraded properly, so now the second signal sequence is there, that is called the stop transfer signal sequence. They are guiding force for the movement of whatever the protein towards the inner membrane via TIM22, right? So they are the guiding force, and even the OXA, that is OXA channel is there, which is used to transfer protein encoded into the intermembrane space. Okay, so that is all about this summary of mitochondrial and even the chloroplast. Chloroplast we have discussed about this tip-top mechanism. What is the tip-top mechanism? Singular trans membrane of chloroplast, and the trans membrane, outer membrane OC, inner chloroplast membrane TIC, TIC. So you can see this is a just wait. So I should take this spotlight. Now you can see this. A TOC is there and TIC complex. As soon as this complex is going to form, right? So outside the GTP is utilized in the recognition and binding, right? And then here the inside ATP is utilized, right? So whatever the protein is there, they're also attached with the chaperones, right? And this is the pre-sequence and pre-protein are there, and then pre-sequence and pre-protein. Here the signal sequences are called as the pre-sequence, okay? And HSP70 is same, HSP70 is utilized in the movement, you can see. And then how they're translocating, they are translocating, and in very similar fashion as you have seen in the mitochondria, right? So TikTok is ATP-dependent manner. These molecular chaperones are working and guiding in unfolded form from this TOC outside to inner matrix, right? And then there is a thylakoids. You can see a lot of thylakoids. Grana is there, right? And stromal processing is based on the peptidase. Okay, so now endoplasmic reticulum. This is the much about the translocation of protein in the chloroplast, and then we have discussed already about how the protein with the help of a SRP receptor and SRP protein is going to translocate it inside the ER lumen. All right. So overall, you can see there is a ribosome. Ribosome is moving. They can ask you very pinpoint and very concluding remarks. They can ask you in the questions. What is moving actually? SRP protein is receptor is binding to which? Ribosome or signals. So they are binding to first binding of receptor to signal peptide causes a pause in the translation, and then SRP bound ribosome. So this is actually SRP bound ribosome. Ribosome is moving to searching for what is the location of SRP receptor, and that's why as soon as they are finding this SRP receptor, then translation is stopped, and all the protein is going inside the endoplasmic reticulum. So SRP and SRP receptor is displaced and recycled. This is very important point. Now we will study today what the vesicular transport. What is the vesicular transport? Transport via vesicle. So once all the proteins are in the endoplasmic reticulum,
through the vesicle.
They are moving through the vesicle coated by some proteins. So this is called as the COP1 or COP2. There are two types of proteins which are helping in the movement of, and sometimes cladrine. Sometimes cladrine is there, and in the diagram you can see there are different colors. Different colors are this one: dark green cladrine, light green, COP1, and then blue, and the red one is COP2. So you can see this is the this is the cistern endoplasmic reticulum, and then very near to the endoplasmic reticulum there is a Golgi apparatus, and from Golgi apparatus you can see there are a lot of secretory vesicles are released, and also you will encounter two terms, that is the late endosome and early endosome. So you can see here this is the early endosome here, and this is the late endosome near the trans Golgi. There are two portions of Golgi, that is cis Golgi near the ER and trans Golgi away from the ER, toward the plasma membrane. So these are the terms basically, and you can see COP, red one, COP second is derived from where? They are deriving from the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and chlorine coating you can see basically in the Golgi apparatus. COP1 and this question can be asked. What is the origin of COP second? Origin of COP second लिख लो, लिखना है क्या बोल रहे?
सर ER
sir.
COP second ER, यहाँ डायग्राम से सारा कुछ क्लियर है. You can see COP1 in the Golgi.
cis Golgi.
हाँ, नहीं COP1 तो सब जगह है. cis Golgi and even है ना. फिर COP1 plus cladrine. Both are the part of Golgi, and then vesicle internal coating is there. Cladrine है ना, बाहर की जो coating होती है वो COP1 या COP2. तो Golgi में जो coating हो रही है वो that is COP1, and endoplasmic reticulum से जो भी निकल रहा है they are coated by the COP sequence. That's why there are two terms, retrograde and anterograde. वो concept में थोड़ा clear करता हूँ. What is retrograde and anterograde? Then I will discuss you the rest of the things. So you क्या हो गया? Okay. Just wait. As I clear the board. So a lot of molecular mechanism is involved, and in depth we should discuss and know exactly what is going on, because this is not as simple as you can see. A lot of molecular mechanism is involved. So we have discussed this one, and then protein leave the ER in COP second coated transport. Okay. So this is the main point. Protein leave the ER in COP second transport vesicle, and this is called as the ER exit site. Okay. So this is a overall mechanism is called as the biosynthetic secretory pathway. What is the overall mechanism called as? Biosynthetic secretory pathway. All right. And whatever the protein that enter the ER, and then they are ER to Golgi body, how they should move, because they should be protected, right? And they should be targeted clearly. So first package into the small, whatever the protein is there, the first package into the small COP second coated transport vesicle, right? So during the transport, all the proteins, whatever the small proteins you can see, they are deriving. So all they are coated by COP second. COP second. तो मैं दो लेयर बना दे रहा हूँ ताकि आपको समझ में जाए. This is COP second, right? COP second transport vesicle के अंदर they are moving toward the Golgi, and these transport vesicle bud from the specialized region of the ER called as the ER exit site. What is the name? ER exit site. So this is the ER. So they are budding from the ER exit site. What do you call them? ER exit site. This is the ER exit site. So ER exit site. ER exit site. Okay. This membrane lacks bound ribosome. So if the ribosome is there, we cannot say them as a. Okay. We cannot say the ER exit site. What is the special feature of ER exit site? They should lack bound ribosomes. They should lack bound ribosomes, right? So in most animal cells, ER exit sites seem to be randomly dispersed throughout the ER network. In most animal cells, what happening? ER exit sites seem to be randomly dispersed throughout the ER network. So if you can see they are randomly dispersed, so similarly the transport will be affected. Okay, so is this clear? Now you can see as soon as the cargo is ready. All right, so cargo is ready, and they are actually recruited to such vesicles where they become concentrated. All they are coming at one place. right? पहले तो एक place पे आएंगे. These are the cargo vesicles. Right, this cargo protein display exit transport signal on their surface. Right, this special signal attached over. Without signal, anyone will not move. So you can see this is having the signal, and now they starts budding off. Right, so they display exits. So cargo protein display exit transport signal on the surface, and they are recognized with a complementary receptor protein. Where is the internal? This is the present internally, and now they will they become trapped in the budding vesicles by interacting with the component of the COP2 coat. Okay, this is clear. What is happening in the molecular level? Okay, so they are all concentrated vesicles are concentrating, and they are coated by the COP2. Okay, and they have displaying which signals? They are displaying the transport signal or exit signal. Right, so you can see exit signal, and there are complementary proteins inside, you can see, and then from there they starts budding. Okay, so we can trap in the budding vesicles by interacting with the component of the COP2 coat. Now you can see the complete biochemistry. A lot of biochemistry is involved, a lot of molecular mechanism is involved, because formation of transport vesicle is very, very important. So now we have discussed about exit signal. You can see exit signal which is present over the cargo receptor. First point note करो, exit signal कहाँ पे present है? Over cargo receptor. Present over cargo receptor, right? And then there is soluble cargo protein. This is the cytosolic part, है ना? Cytosolic part में exit signal है, complementary proteins है, and they are binding soluble cargo protein that is present in the ER lumen, and you can see they are concentrating, right? Here itself, chaperone protein bound to unfolded or misfolded proteins. These are the chaperones, and what you can see exit signal on the cargo receptor, right? So now what is happening? This is the subunit of COP2 protein. A lot of COP2 protein is going to be concentrated, and actually this signal protein binding to these vesicles are now moving, binding to this protein, soluble cargo protein, and they are moving toward the vesicle, right? And there is a energy utilizing mechanism. Energy is utilized. SAR1 GTPase is there, right? Which is using the GTPase, right? That's why this is the completion of forming ER transport vesicle. This is clear? कैसे बन रहा है? Exit signal is there, cargo receptor, soluble ढेर सारे हैं lumen में, cytosolic side में signals हैं, and all they are moving and concentrating in the vesicles, right? With the help of exit signal in the cargo receptor, and whatever the budding is there, budding is because of subunit of COP2 coat, where they are going to bind the exit signal, and exit signal से ही bind कर रहे हैं COP2. ये भी एक important question पूछ सकते हैं, कहाँ पे bind कर रहे हैं? Exit signal is binding to the COP2 actually में. Exit signal ही है जो कि bind कर रहा है COP2 में, ठीक है? ये देख लो, ये portion है ना, and जो other portion है that is binding to the soluble cargo region, they are concentrated over these vesicles. तो एक तो budding वाला membrane किसका है? Membrane ER lumen का है, and over that you can see there is a subunit of COP2 proteins, and intermittently you can see there is a SAR1 GTPase. Okay, SAR1 GTPase. So all these are helping in the formation of ER transport vesicles. What you can call them? ER transport vesicles. ठीक है, इतना clear है? तो tail portion is going to bind COP2. याद रखना, जो ये tail portion है, this is called as the tail portion. Tail is going to bind to the COP2. We are calling them exit signal or tail portion. The head portion is having binding to the soluble cargo protein. So some of the membrane protein trapped by coat in turn function as a cargo receptor. भी cargo receptor बनते कहाँ से question पूछ सकता है? तो what you can say कि membrane protein का ही part होता है, right? So because binding of soluble protein in the lumen and helping to package them into the vesicles. Unfolded or incompletely assembled protein का क्या होता है, right?
तो कार्गो प्रोटीन तो कुछ भी हो सकता है ना, जो भी हमारा डिजायर्ड प्रोटीन हो, जो हमें ट्रांसपोर्ट करना,
जिसको टारगेट करना है, जिसको मूव करना है, ER2 गोल्गी बॉडी, जिसको ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए, जैसे आप कुरियर भेजते हो ना, कुरियर के अंदर क्या है वो थोड़ी ना डिस्कस होता है, बाहर की बात हो रही है कि कैसे जा रहा है.
हाँ
Exit
वही
signal
सर,
the
तो हमारा
direct.
कोई भी डिजायर्ड प्रोटीन हो.
And still a lot of mechanism is there. Scientists are not able to understand the complete mechanism, but two facts are very clear that inside these vesicle maybe more than 200 proteins may be trapped. Okay. More than 200 proteins may be trapped, and they can be targeted, they can be moved. And if they are not moving and they are remains in the unfolded state, or incompletely assembled state, so there are chaperones which are binding them so that they should not be degraded. So I think this part is clear. How the copsecond is binding, how the vesicle formation is there, how the tail portion is helping in the movement and concentrating at least all the cargo proteins at a place. अभी जहाज है, समझ लो जहाज में सारा लोड हो रहा है, अभी जहाज फिर चल देगा, है ना, अलग हो जाएगा ये, ठीक है, तो कंप्लीट वेस्किल बन जाएगा. अभी इनकम्प्लीट वेस्किल, ट्रांसपोर्ट वेस्किल इसको बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है. So मैंने बताया था there is a special protein that is acting as a receptor. What is the name? That is ERGIC53 protein. ERGIC53. If you read the any kind of literature, always the scientist is using the term ERGIC53, and this is the actually a receptor. Tail, this is the tail portion, and this is the receptor portion. What is its role? Already you know its role is binding of the cargo protein. So the receptor, what is the nature of this receptor? Sergi protein, actually exactly this is a lectin. So if this is a lectin, obviously they are going to bind sugars. They are lectin protein, they are going to bind to the sugars. Okay, so they are going to bind to the sugars, and especially which sugar they are binding? They are binding to the mannose. They are binding to the mannose, and is going to recognize the sugar on factor 5. अब blood clotting factor में सबसे बड़ा important role करते हैं ERGIC53, because वहाँ पे क्या होता है, and the protein must be transported, and the ERGIC receptor, if there is a defective part is there, then there is a problem, and this problem have been recognized in the factor 5 or factor 8 targeting protein in the RBC, right? So if they are packaging properly and then transported, then there is no dysfunction. Otherwise, you can see there will be delay in the clotting, because factor 5 and factor 8 is a little bit the. So only proteins that are properly folded and assembled that can leave the endoplasmic reticulum. If they are not, then they should remain, and that's the question starts. Okay, what happens to the incompletely assembled proteins? How they are retained? Why they are not degraded? A lot of questions are there, right? So now they are going to bind certain chaperones, and what is the name of chaperones? BIP or call Nexin. BIP, you can call them as BIP, you can call them as a, or call Nexin. What is this? These are the chaperones. These are the chaperones. What is the function of these chaperones? They bind to unfolded or incomplete protein, incompletely assembled protein. अब क्वेश्चन आप पूछ सकते हो कि if they are incompletely assembled protein, तो कैसे exit signal नहीं अटैच हो पाता? Why the exit signal is not attached? So एक्चुअली में chaperone इनको कवर किए रहते हैं. जब तक ये incompletely assembled है, the chaperone will cover them. Chaperone covers them. जब chaperone covers किए रहेंगे, then there is no chances of attachment of exit signal. No chances of attachment of exit signal. अब जैसे चेपरॉन रिमूव होंगे देन दे कैन अटैच टू द एग्जिट सिग्नल। ठीक है, एग्जिट सिग्नल का दो पार्ट है, आपको बता दिया ऑलरेडी। दिस इज द टेल पोर्शन and this is the head portion, and these are the chapter called as the ERG 53. ठीक है, these are basically lectin, and they are, in turn they are binding to the molecule that having the mannose. So they can ask you what is the complementary structure of lectin, and this is the mannose. And obviously if you see in the laboratory, if you want to separate certain receptor or certain molecules that having the mannose coating, so always you can use lectin to purify. So lectin is also used in the separation industries. बहुत बड़ा मार्केट है इसका। आफरीन तुम्हें पता है ये लेक्टिन का? राजलक्ष्मी, डू यू नो? ऑलरेडी यू आर वर्किंग इन द लैब में। बहुत बड़ा मार्केट है इसका। एक्चुअली में आप देखोगे जो ड्रग्स कंपनी है ना, हमारे इंडिया में तो पता नहीं क्या क्या चलता रहता है। दिस इज द टाइम वेस्टेज है ना। बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज स्टिल इनकम्प्लीट, दिस विल बी अटैच्ड टू द फार्मा, दिस विल बी अटैच्ड टू द एग्रीकल्चर, देन ओनली दे कैन बी कंप्लीट, राइट? So after the long time I recognized that there is a big industry of biotechnology, but biotechnology को ऐसे बोला कि जैसे head is absent है ना, head is absent and all that part is covered. तो head part कौन है? Head part is pharma industry or agriculture. So now after studying so many things, then you will came to know that there is a big market of separation. billion dollar industry, separation industry. मतलब कुछ कंपनियां क्या करती हैं, ऑलरेडी दे हैव द एक्सपर्ट्स पीपल, एंड इफ यू वांट टू separate out certain specific sugars, so lectin is the best part. You can attach the lectin in the column, and your concentrated solution can pass through, and all the protein is going to pass. They are not going to bind with the lectin, only specific protein is going to bind with the lectin. Later on, by the mechanism of salting in, salting out, or any other mechanism, pH based mechanism, or using some salt है ना, और some acid or base, you can see करोड़ों का इंडस्ट्री चलता है इस पे। बहुत बड़े बड़े ठेके दिए जाते हैं भाई। आजकल कंपनियां क्या कर रही है, दे आर वर्किंग इन लाइक भाई अब एम्प्लॉइज नहीं रखना है, डोंट हायर द एम्प्लॉइज है ना, बहुत ज्यादा एम्प्लॉय नहीं रखते हैं। अब उनको जितना काम है उसके लिए वो कंपनी दूसरे कंपनी को देखते हैं। So there are separate industries which are specifically involved in the certain kind of protein separation, carbohydrate separation, certain fermentation industry. तो अलग अलग इंडस्ट्री चल रही है, उनको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिसर्च मिलता है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्रोडक्शन मिलता है। So that's why you can look for, that's why I am discussing कि आप rather than becoming a full scientist, वो कोई फायदा नहीं है, पब्लिकेशन तक ही रह जाता है, राइट? बहुत करोगे प्रोफेसर बन जाओगे। बिग फायदा कहाँ पे है? व्हेन यू आर स्पेशलाइज्ड इन सर्टेन टेक्निक्स। गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? आफरीन, तुम्हें पता लगा कुछ क्या बोला मैंने?
यस सर।
3 साल पहले मुझे ख्याल आता कि आरटीपीसीआर में एक्सपर्ट हो जाऊं, मैं मशीन खरीद लूँ, लेबोरेटरी स्टेब्लिश कर लूँ, कुछ काम होगा। तो इस समय कोरोना और ना कुछ भी नहीं था, तो मुझे लगा यार फालतू में पैसे बर्बाद हो जाएंगे। अभी आज देखो, अब खाली एक ही बात हो रही मार्केट में, आरटीपीसीआर।
यस सर, आरटीपीसीआर।
जिसके पास आरटीपीसीआर है, थोड़ा सा लेबोरेटरी कमरे में रख लिया, थोड़ी फैसिलिटी रख ली, एंड दे आर अर्निंग अ लॉट। So sometimes, however, the quality control mechanism is detrimental. What is the quality control in the processing and the sending of these proteins? So already we have discussed that. कई बार ये आ चुका ना प्रश्न, cystic fibrosis, where chloride transport is going to be affected. It has been found that there is a single mutant is there. Okay, so because of single mutant, अब ये क्या mechanism है nature में, we don't know exactly. Because of mutation in the single amino acid, the protein is incompletely folded, and that's why they are not going to function perfectly, because this is a mutant protein, and the nature has a unique mechanism that they stop packaging them. So they retained in the year. That's the mechanism. They retained in the year. That is called as the quality control. तो हमारे यहाँ एजुकेशन में भी क्वालिटी कंट्रोल नहीं है, अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं है ट्रेनिंग की, है ना. इंडस्ट्री में जैसे अभी हम लोगों ने अपने करीब 80 बच्चों को ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं इन द दिल्ली, नोएडा एंड यूपी. एग्रीकल्चर बीएससी के बच्चों को सोचो, पीएचडी के लिए तो बहुत ज़्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी होनी चाहिए थी. तो इंडस्ट्रीज आर नाउ हायरिंग देम, है ना, एंड दे आर गिविंग द जॉब. सो नाउ दे आर हैविंग द मोर एक्सपीरियंस. भले सैलरी ज़्यादा नहीं होगी, दे विल हैव द सैलरी लाइक सर्वाइविंग सैलरी, बट this is good enough, because remaining in the books is not going to work anymore. You are helpless at all. So whatever the idea you are collecting during the discussion, should note it down and you can start working over that. So these proteins are retained in the ear. They are not going to be transported perfectly, and that is the biggest problem. Even it has been observed in some defective cases, some exceptional cases. If these mutant proteins are going to reach the plasma membrane anyhow if they reach, they are going to function properly, and the person, even they have the mutant protein, are not going to show any defect in the chloride transport. Okay, so now you can see this. This is the quality control we are talking, retention of incompletely assembled antibody molecule, है ना. We are talking about the now. आजकल इसी की बात हो रही है, इम्यूनिटी की, एंटीबॉडी की, है ना.
कोरोना वायरस में जो है ट्रिपल म्यूटेशन इन कोरोना वायरस,
ट्रिपल म्यूटेशन, एंड दिस हैज बीन सजेस्टेड दैट कि यू शुड यूज द डबल मास्क. तो मैं तो हमेशा ये क्या करता हूँ, शुरू से मेरा ये कॉन्सेप्ट था कि
अपने आप को उसने कितना मॉडिफाइड कर लिया है.
वो तो देखो, दिस हैज बीन मिक्स्ड विद दिस रेगुलर प्रोटीन, रेगुलर वायरस ना, जो फ्लू का वायरस था, जो सर्दी जुकाम का वायरस था, उसके साथ मिक्स कर दिया. इसलिए म्यूटेंट तो बनेगा जितना ज्यादा वो इन्फेक्टेड होगा. जैसे पर्सन 1, पर्सन 2, पर्सन 3, ओनली 3 म्यूटेंट्स हैव बीन ऑब्जर्व्ड. लेकिन अगर मिलियंस लोग इन्फेक्टेड है तो वो तो हजारों तरह के म्यूटेंट हैं. तो वी आर नॉट, है ना, फोकसिंग ओवर दैट. बट हमने जो रुमाल होता है, अभी तुमको दिखाता हूँ, मैं पूरा रुमाल ही यूज करता हूँ. ऑलवेज दिस इज सेफ, है ना. आपने क्या करना है, जब भी रुमाल को बांधोगे तो यू हैव टू मेक इट डबल फोल्ड.
सर मुझे भी डबल 4 दिन से मुझे भी
पूरा ये बाइंड कर लोगे. हाँ
आता है सर, मुझे भी 2-3 दिन से जो है खांसी आ रहा है.
खांसी तो मुझे भी आ रही है जब से वैक्सीन लगवाया. बट खांसी इज नॉट बिग प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज अभी तो सीजन चेंज हो रहा है, बारिश हो रही है, लॉट ऑफ क्लाउड्स, पोल्यूशन. अभी हवा में कैसे आ गया, क्योंकि लोग नॉनसेंस है हमारे इंडिया के लोग. लॉकडाउन की नौबत नहीं आती अगर लोग फॉलो करते रूल को, है ना. मास्क हमेशा पहने रहते, बीमार कोई नहीं होता, तो लॉकडाउन लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी. मूर्खों की तो भीड़ है यहाँ पे, तो लोग मर रहे हैं. सो कम बैक टू टॉपिक अगेन, है ना. स्टार्ट टॉपिक. अब ये वीडियो में कट जाएगा ये पोर्शन. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि एंटीबॉडी, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द एंटीबॉडी, राइट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल द एंटीबॉडी इज मेड अप ऑफ 2 heavy chain and light chain, right, and they has to assemble in the ER. Where they are assembling, they are assembled in the ER. So you can see this antibody light chain, है ना, and this is the one portion you can see, antibody heavy chain, and VIP is still binded, है ना, and then they retained until and unless there is a complete binding. अगर complete binding हो जाती है, दोनों पेयर बन जाते हैं, then they are secreted. Got the point? And where they are getting secreted? They are secreted here in the body transport vascule. I think this is clear.
Yes sir.
एकदम क्लियर कर लो, माइंड में बैठा लो. रिटेंशन ऑफ इनकम्प्लीटली असेंबल. देखो बहुत ही क्लियर डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, बहुत डेप्थ में जाकर डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं. और मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कितने स्टूडेंट आ रहे हैं. मुझे फर्क ये पड़ता है कि अगर एक भी स्टूडेंट आ रहा है and he is genius, talented, he is understanding, getting the concept, that will be revolutionized, है ना. That can be revolutionary because they can change the concept. What is the science and scientists? Scientists are not produced from the even. They are focused mind. That's what I can say. They are going to absorb the concept and they are applying their concept whenever required. There are two type of scientists. One, doing all the things in the world and have no words, no concept in the mind. They are the great scientists. They cannot do except job. नौकरी कर सकते हैं वो, बस कोई भी चीज इन्वेंशन नहीं कर सकते. वो इज इन्वेंटरी जो एब्जॉर्ब करता है, राइट? Think in the mind, absorb in the mind, and whatever you are listening, you should apply. Now, after the beautiful discussion, and now we should move to the another slide. So quality control step is very important. I have told you there are so many instances. For example, टी सेल के केस में बताया था ना कि अगर टी सेल प्रॉपरली नहीं बनी, TCR, right? So T cell must be degraded without reaching the surface. So 90% of the TCR, T cells and acetylcholine receptors, they are going to be degraded without reaching the surface. So because these are the very important protein in the defense, and if they have not properly folded and assembled improperly, they are going to destroy our body system organelles. So that's why the nature has produced this mechanism. Whatever the misfolded or misassembled, इसी तरह से आप लोग भी concept apply करें. जो चीज नहीं समझ में आ रही है, stay over that, discuss over that, take time. जल्दी मत करो कि ये भी कर ले, वो भी कर ले. You are not going to gain anything. A single line can change your life. That's remember. Single line can change your life if you are going to do research over, proper research over that. और ढेर सारा सरफेस स्टडी कर लो, ये भी कर लो, वो भी कर लो, 10,000 पेपर भी पब्लिश कर लिया, कोई फायदा नहीं इसका. तो ग्रेट साइंटिस्ट आर गिविंग द टाइम, दे हैव एनफ टाइम एंड दे प्लान ऑल द मैकेनिज्म वेल कि हमें ये चीज करना है तो इस पे अड़ गए, फिर ये करते रहेंगे. हमारा एक दोस्त है, MIT का प्रोफेसर है, डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर आनंद सिंह. उसका तुम्हें बताऊं, कभी भी नेट निकला ही नहीं, आज तक नेट निकाल ही नहीं पाया वो. उसने 7-8 अटेम्प्ट दिए. समझ गए बात? उसने कैसे प्लान किया, एक साल ट्राई, हाँ, कभी नहीं निकला, आज तक नहीं निकला. अमेरिका का बहुत बड़ा प्रोफेसर है वो. और क्यों? क्योंकि उसका टारगेट ही नहीं था CSA यार. वो तैयारी बिल्कुल नहीं करता था, बैठ जाता था. उसके एक बहुत बड़े नोबेल लॉरेट प्रोफेसर थे, उनके साथ ही वो एकदम विदाउट फेलोशिप बंदा, इतना डेडिकेटेड और इतना इनोवेटिव. किताब तो पढ़ते नहीं था वो, तो सारा इनोवेशन सीख जाता था ओनली बाय ऑब्जर्विंग एंड बाय द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द पीपल एंड व्हाट इज द नीड. वो पहला बंदा था, तुम देखोगे, डॉक्टर आनंद सिंह नाम है, MIT प्रोफेसर, गूगल में. उसने क्या डिस्कवर किया, जैसे हम लोग CD प्लेयर होता है ना, फिजिक्स का बंदा था, तो CD प्लेयर हैज अ कैपेसिटी ऑफ ओनली 8 GB, राइट? He was the first person to evolve the technology in the Banaras Hindu University, and he was doing research along with me. तो मैंने इससे बहुत कुछ सीखा. And then he evolved the technology कि how to compress and store the data up to 128 GB in the same CD player, है ना. DVD प्लेयर जो होती थी 8 GB की स्टोरेज होती थी, उसको पहले 128 किया, फिर इसको ले गया 500 GB थी. इसके लिए अमेरिका का बेस्ट अवार्ड मिला था उसको, और डायरेक्टली उसको कॉल हुई थी कि भैया आ जाओ हमारी लेबोरेटरी में रिसर्च करो. यू कैन डू वंडर इफ यू स्टे एट अ प्लेस. दैट इज द फंडा ऑफ साइंस. इफ यू आर वॉन्डरिंग हियर एंड देयर एंड ऑल दैट, जो भी परोसा जाए सब खाते जाओगे. है ना राजलक्ष्मी, गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? If you are in the party and so suppose there is 100,000 of meals are there, है ना? So if everything you are eating, then who will going to be affected? Meal are you, आफरीन? मान लो 10,000 मेनू है, सारे खाने रखे हैं, तुमने सब खा लिया, तो मेनू को तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, है ना? So Rajlakshmi, that is most of the scientists and students are doing in India. Whatever the menu is there, they are eating it well without focusing on the digestion. So that's why I am giving you lesson, because I was the part of the same system. Our system is like that. Our teacher, they don't identify your, they don't need to focus. वो कितना काम ले ले आपसे, उनका ये टारगेट रहता है, आपको ये भी काम दे दो, ये भी काम दे दो, ये भी काम दे दो, सब काम करा लो सुबह शाम तक, एंड यू हैव नो टाइम टू फाइंड योरसेल्फ. और जैसे आप एग्जिट करते हो उस लेबोरेटरी से, and you are finding for some placement, then you are helpless because you don't know anything. So chalo. Transport from here to Golgi apparatus made it by vesicular tubular cluster, and this is very important. There are two kind of fusion, homotypic and heterotypic fusion. I will tell you who is going to help and how this is going to happen. So after transport vesicle hepatocyte from ER exit, what happens after that? This is a big question. What happens after that? As soon as the transport vesicle is leaving, okay, तो मान लो ये vesicle आ गई, and this was the endoplasmic reticulum, ये आ गई vesicle, and then all the coatings are removed. Coating removed. So coating is removed, and now अब ये जो छोटी वेस्किल थी, अब दूसरी भी वेस्किल ऐसी होगी और उसके पास भी ऐसे होगा. तो नाउ एज सून एज द कोट रिमूव, तो क्या हो गया, नाउ दे हैव अपॉर्चुनिटी टू फ्यूज. So that's why we are talking about fusion are of two type. One is homotypic and other is heterotypic. बात समझ गए मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? There are two type of fusion, heterotypic and homotypic fusion, that require a set of matching snare. Depends on कि क्या matching है उनके पास. So membrane fusion is there, है ना? Obviously this is clear to you. Interaction, sometimes there is symmetrical, then we are using the term homotypic, है ना? And V snare and T snare contribution by both membrane. Now this is, you can see the demonstration of homotypic membrane fusion. All right. So any idea, Avril, कैसे होता है ये? Explain कर सकते हो?
Yes, sir.
So,
सर यहाँ पर टारगेट स्नेयर, वेसिकल स्नेयर. तो सर जो वेसिकल स्नेयर से वो इंटरेक्ट करेगा टारगेट स्नेयर से विद द हेल्प ऑफ रैब प्रोटीन.
हाँ, वेरी गुड, यही मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि आपको ये पता है कि नहीं. रैब प्रोटीन.
एंड दे हैव, यस, एंड दे हैव रैब means GTP G protein, they have a ATP activity. So through ATP they interact. सर और जो ये अनदर प्रोटीन NSF है, ये NSF जो है वो टारगेट, सर टारगेट स्नेयर है, ग्रीन सर देखेंगे. हाँ ये सर टारगेट मेम्ब्रेन के पास जो ये NSF होता है.
ठीक है. So T snare and V snare, there are two proteins attached to each one of them. They are matching, and then with the help of NSF and RAB, they are going to join, and after the fusion, they are going to form the big vesicles, right? So electron microscopy structure, what you can see, they are going to fuse each other and forming a vesicular tubular cluster. The term is cluster here. After the fusion, what is the term? This is a vesicular cluster. So this cluster constitutes a new compartment that is separated from the ear, and like many of the protein that was functional in the endoplasmic reticulum. So what is the actual consequences of formation of these large vesicular tubular clusters? They are generally continually and function as a transport package and bring material from ear to Golgi apparatus. The clusters are relatively short-lived because they quickly move along microtubule to Golgi apparatus where they fuse and deliver contents. Right? You note kar lo, what is the difference between the earlier vesicle and vesicular cluster? First, they are lacking so many proteins, right? And second, they are very short-lived. And how they are transported toward the Golgi apparatus with the help of microtubules. Clear? With the help of microtubules, they are moving the contents, right? So you can see this is the electron microscopy structure, vesicular tubular cluster, that is called as the VTC. VTC, follow my results. Vesicular tubular cluster, VTC. And second vesicular tubular cluster, what is the fate? They are moving along microtubule. They are moving along microtubule to carry protein from ear to Golgi apparatus. So what you can see, the COP1 coat mediate the budding of vesicle that return to the ER. Okay, if any protein is there that is returning to the ER, for example, you can see this is a different arrow, right? So they are coated by COP1, and if they are going towards the Golgi body, they are coated with the COP2, right? So this is Golgi network, this is the microtubule, and via this microtubule you can see here motor protein, they are moving over this and they are transported to the Golgi apparatus. Is this clear? So as soon as vesicle tubular cluster form, they begin budding off vesicle of their own. Unlike the COP2 coated vesicle that bud from the ER, these vesicles are COP1 coated now. ठीक है, अब क्या हुआ, जो बड़े बड़े क्लस्टर बने, all they are coated with the COP1 coated. What is the benefit of COP1 coated? COP1 coat assembly begins only seconds after the COP2 coat has been removed, क्योंकि COP2 तो remove हो चुका है, and then the fusion is started, and after the fusion again there is a new coat that is called as the COP1. अब ये सब अभी रिसर्च होना बाकी है कि how the switch over occurs so rapidly, right? Some protein have to return to the ER. So the retrieval pathway, that is called the retrieval pathway, that is occurring with the help of COP1, right? So retrieval pathway is responsible for returning, escape the protein back to the endoplasmic reticulum. That is depends on the different signal called as the ER retrieval signal. ER retrieval signal. And what is happening? ER retrieval signal. Actually, whatever the resident ER membrane proteins are there, they contain signals that bind directly to COP1 coats, and then they are packaged into COP-coated transported vesicle for the retrograde delivery. This is important, retrograde delivery. If they are returning to the ER, what the term you will use? Retrograde delivery. And from ER to Golgi body?
Anterograde.
Anterograde, yes. Right. The best characterized signal is for this retrograde transport called the KDL sequence. Okay, K means lysine, 2 lysine followed by 2 other amino acid, and that's why sometimes this is called the KKX, not exactly KDL. A retrograde signal, note kar lo, a retrograde signal is having KKXX. KKXX. So retrograde, what is the retrograde transport?
KDL है ना?
हाँ KDL होगा, लेकिन KKX के नाम से याद रखो ना, बिकॉज देयर इज 2 लाइसिन. KDL में तो K एक ही है ना. तो रेट्रोग्रेड क्लियर हो गया. एंड हु इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर, वहां पे तो आपने देखा था कि दूसरा प्रोटीन था, मोटर प्रोटीन. यहाँ पे कौन सा मोटर प्रोटीन है? विच मोटर प्रोटीन इज इन्वॉल्व इन द रेट्रोग्रेड ट्रांसपोर्ट? दिस एग्जैक्टली द डायनिन. एंटीरोग्रेड में काइनेसिन. ये ध्यान रखना, ये शायद पूछा नहीं है अभी तक, तो समटाइम दे कैन आस्क यू. Retrograde transport occurs with the help of dynein. Anterograde transports occur with the help of kinesin. ठीक है जी. क्लियर. तो retrograde यानी toward the endoplasmic reticulum dynein, and जब जा रहा है then kinesin. Signal is KKXX. So there is a 3-phase mobile phase, and then docking phase, and then again mobile phase. Common vascular anterior transport. कौन सा प्रोटीन यूज करता है बताओ? एंटीरोग्रेड में काइनेसिन, रेट्रोग्रेड में डायनिन. राइट? ये नोट.
डाइनिन.
हाँ.
यस.
Cis Golgi tethering complex. This is P115. Docking phase ER Golgi scaffolding matrix, you can see mobile phase here Golgi scaffolding matrix, and then again mobile phase. So retrograde mechanism means VTC. What is the full form of VTC? Vesicular transport.
Vesicular tubular cluster.
Vesicular tubular cluster. So now you can see the anterior transport, Kopf-second vesicule, right? This is anterograde, and VTC formation, large cluster are there, and if they are returning, this is called as the retrograde transport. And what coating is there? Single coating, Cop1. यहाँ पे क्या है? Double coating, Kopf-second. Clear? So TGN अभी बताऊंगा. TGN, what is TGN? Golgi complex का पूरा स्ट्रक्चर. रैप का जो करे थे वो रैप का यहाँ मेंशन है. यहाँ पे देखो ना, रैप 6 प्रोटीन. डॉकिंग वॉकिंग में थोड़ा है रैप 6. दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. So if the signal called the KDL sequence is removed from BIP by genetic engineering, then what will happen? So this is the conclusion. The protein will move. Protein will slowly secrete from the cell. Note kar lo. This is very important point. If you are removing this KDL sequence by genetic engineering, then protein moves. Sorry, not moves. Slowly secreted. Protein slowly secreted from the cell. And if the signal is transferred to protein that is normally secreted, then what will happen? The protein is now efficiently returned to the ER where it accumulates. मतलब changing signal, you can change the direction. है ना? Changing the signal, you can change the direction of their movement. So accumulation is basically because of properly attached signals. If they are moving them, then mechanism will be there. They are not going to stop completely, but will be very, very slow. Clear? So KDL receptor, what happens to KDL receptor? Is this where they are going to form? What is their affinity? Is the affinity different in the Golgi and in the ER? And what decides their high affinity and low affinity? That is the question we will discuss in this slide. So KDL receptor must be, first point, they must be recycled between the ER and Golgi apparatus. What matters? They have the different affinity. How the affinity differs in these two compartments? The high affinity कहाँ पे होती है? High affinity KDL occurs in the Golgi apparatus and in the VTC. VTC high affinity, not low. FNT. Golgi, high FNT. Right? And low FNT, you can observe in the ER. What is the benefit of this low FNT? It helps a lot in unloading the cargo. ये क्वेश्चन शायद इस साल आया था आफरीन, अनलोडिंग कार्गो.
हाँ, लेकिन ये सर पता नहीं, अब मुझे ध्यान नहीं है, लेकिन ये चीज था कि पीएच लो,
मैंने
पीएच
भी
हाई,
देखा
पीएच
था. हाँ, ये क्वेश्चन मैंने
एसिडिटी
देखा था.
कहाँ पे जाता होगा.
हाँ, ये क्वेश्चन
गोल्गी पे हाई एसिडिटी की वजह से उसका रिसेप्टर वहां पे, और ईआर पे लो पीएच पे, तो कुछ था.
तो ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसलिए हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं एक एक पॉइंट्स को. इस बार मुझे बहुत हैप्पी मैं हूँ बिकॉज आई एम पर्सनली रिसर्चिंग ओवर ऑल दैट मैकेनिज्म एंड एक एक माइन्यूट चीजें हम शुरू से ये जब से लेक्चर डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, राइट अप्रैल, तब से हम बिल्कुल माइन्यूट चीजों को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. और मुझे नहीं लगता कि इतना माइन्यूट डिस्कशन किसी कोचिंग में होता होगा. व्हाट डू यू थिंक राजलक्ष्मी? डू यू एग्री विद दिस?
Yes, sir.
So thank you. How we can change the FNT? We can change the FNT depend on the different kind of pH, because these signals are pH sensitive. And how the pH is going to change inside the vesicles? This is depends on the proton pump, because there is only one mechanism, the proton pump, that can change the pH. Right? And what happens if there is a neutral pH in the ER? Tell me. लो हाई पीएच का तो चलो हाई एफएनटी लो एफएनटी वो हो गया, but what will be the neutral pH? What will happen then? Neutral pH means KDL sequence is going to release all the proteins, and if this is slightly acidic then only binding, है ना, ऐसे है इसका. Slightly acidic condition, they are going to bind with the receptor. Acidic condition, KDL bind to receptor. If a neutral, तीनों condition लिख लो. Neutral condition, release from a receptor. Okay, they are released from the receptors. So that's why these are the protein pH sensitive protein interaction. Beautiful part is there. What is the retrieval pathway? So already discussed. That is the KKXX signal sequences are there, and they are helping in them sorting in the. They are acting as a retrieval signal or sorting signal. The KKXX. सब हम देख चुके हैं already. Already we have discussed this. दोबारा आ गया. हाँ, ये diagram. Now you can see the diagram very clearly showing the pH gradient neutral and then weakly acidic and then acidic. There are three conditions. What happens in the neutral? What I have told you. In the neutral, they are released. Okay. This is the KDL receptor protein, ER residence protein, and all the proteins are going to release. At the slightly acidic, you can see more receptor is going to bind. Right? More receptor is going to bind. And what happens when there is a high acidic? Then you can see none is free. Mostly they are binded and are attached with the COP1 proteins. यहाँ पे very few are attached with the COP1 protein, weakly acidic, है ना? at the neutral pH you can see none of the attached with the this binding. I'm talking about this binding. Can you see this picture clearly? In circular picture, ये वाला देख रहे हो? And this is low pH, acidic pH is occurring where? Cis Golgi network, Golgi stack, and over the trunks. In between pathway, there is a weak acidic pH.
Acidic environment.
This is the forward pathway, this is the retrieval pathway. तो रिट्रीवल पाथवे में भी वीकली एसिडिक से न्यूट्रल होना मतलब रिलीज कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे बाइंड था ये वाला देखो, एंड दिस हैज बीन रिलीज्ड. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज रिट्रीवल पाथवे, है ना. ये रिट्रीवल पाथवे के ऊपर सीएसआईआर पूछ सकता है क्वेश्चन, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. वाई? क्योंकि इस पे बहुत कम लोग फोकस करेंगे. तो रिट्रीवल पाथवे में एसिडिक टू न्यूट्रल जा रहा है. एसिडिक टू रिट्रीवल पाथवे, ये नोट कर लो. Acidic to neutral, acidic to neutral. Acidic neutral. तब ये रिलीज होगा, otherwise they are not going to release the protein, as you can see here, right? And if weakly acidic to weak acidic to highly acidic, then binding with the COP1 code. COP1 code. Yeah. So COP1 code binding, this is occurring over the cis Golgi network and Golgi stack. So getting point. Now you can see this picture clearly mentioned here. COP1 coat, and then tail is attached, and inside the receptor there is a radial sequence. I think this is more visible and more clear picture. Forward pathway neutral to weakly acidic, ठीक है. Retrieval pathway weakly acidic to neutral, and then weakly acidic to highly acidic. Which pathway? Forward pathway or retrieval pathway? Then again this is a forward pathway. Clear, I think.
Previous slide, एक मिनट. तो slide previous.
राजलक्ष्मी चली गई.
Yes, sir.
बड़े प्रेशर में रहती बेचारी, बहुत काम ले लेती है. मालूम है सीएसआर का एक भी पढ़ाई नहीं करती है. सीएसआर का एक भी पढ़ाई नहीं कर पाती राजलक्ष्मी. उसको टाइम ही नहीं मिलता. उसके टीचर ने इतना काम दे देते हैं उसको सुबह शाम.
सर अब वो सीएसआर का क्यों कर रही है? पीएचडी तो ऑलरेडी कर रही है ना.
उसके बिना रूल है ना कि लेक्चरशिप तो मिलेगी नहीं बिना नेट के. अब पीएचडी नहीं, बाहर चले जाओ सब कुछ ठीक है, लेकिन फिर भी जॉब नहीं मिलेगी. अजीब अजीब से रूल है ना. नहीं तो हम भी नहीं पढ़ते, आप भी नहीं, हम पढ़ाते नहीं, आप पढ़ते नहीं, अगर ये कंपलसरी नहीं होती तो. इसीलिए देखोगे कि
सर लेकिन हर जगह अगर जो बोलते हैं तो अगर जो आपके पास पीएचडी तो ठीक है, वरना आपके पास नेट है तो मतलब ऑप्शन
नेट पीएचडी दोनों कंपलसरी.
मैंने देखा हुआ है
नेट पीएचडी दोनों कंपलसरी है. लेकिन अगर आप पीएचडी और नेट नहीं हो तो सैलरी आपको कम देंगे, 16,000 देंगे. ठीक है, अगर आप नेट पीएचडी दोनों हो तो वही सैलरी आपकी 30,000 40,000 बनेगी. देयर इज डिफरेंस है ना. मौका मिल जाता है लोगों को ना. और आप तो लेंगे, ये टीचिंग जॉब तो मिल ही जाएगी. मौका मिल गया कि नहीं देंगे भाई, आप नेट नहीं हो, और आप नेट कैसे निकालोगे? उसके लिए पढ़ना पड़ेगा ना, पढ़ के भी नहीं आती है, याद भी नहीं रहता है, देन हाउ?
तो फिर सर पीएचडी वो प्राइवेट से कर रही हैं क्या?
हाँ, अभी तो हर गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी भी ले रही है ना एंट्रेंस टेस्ट।
हाँ ये सर,
अपना अलग अलग से
हाँ तो
पीएचडी
उनके थ्रू
टेस्ट
गई
है।
होंगे।
हाँ, फेलोशिप थोड़ी ना है।
हाँ ये
देखो एक टर्म आया किन रिकॉग्निशन, व्हाट इज किन रिकॉग्निशन? सो अगर एक कंपार्टमेंट है एंड देयर आर टू प्रोटीन्स, similar proteins are there, not similar exactly, but they are proteins though, so they are going to recognize which kind of proteins are there, right? They are this kin recognition pattern is helping in aggregating similar protein at a place. Okay, so Golgi enzymes that function together, for example, also bind to each other and are thereby restrained from entering transport vessel. Golgi enzyme भी तो जा सकते हैं ना बाहर, तो वो पैक क्यों नहीं हो पाते? क्योंकि भाई आ जाओ, किन रिकॉग्निशन है ना, आपने क्या किया, सारे प्रोटीन को एग्रीगेट कर लिया एक जगह और सबको बांध के रखा, तो दे आर नॉट, ये क्वेश्चन बहुत बड़ा अच्छा है, दे कैन आस्क यू, है ना, कि वाई द गोल्गी प्रोटीन, सारा कुछ तो गोल्गी से ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है, तो गोल्गी के प्रोटीन क्यों नहीं ट्रांसपोर्ट होते, है ना? दिस इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन।
तो गोल्गी का नहीं ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है क्या?
कहाँ ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है? गोल्गी में रहेगा नहीं तो वो तो पागल हो जाएगा, गोल्गी अपने प्रोटीन को ट्रांसपोर्ट कर देगा, अपने एंजाइम को ट्रांसपोर्ट कर देगा। तो दैट्स व्हाई दिस स्किन रिकॉग्निशन मैकेनिज्म डिस्कवर्ड ना, कि भाई क्या मैकेनिज्म है, तो यही मैकेनिज्म है कि दे आर आइडेंटिफाइंग देयर रेजिडेंट्स प्रोटीन, जो बाहर से, एक दो तरह की प्रोटीन हो गई वेसिकल में ना, एक बाहर से आई है, ठीक है, ये बाहर से आई प्रोटीन है और ये रेजिडेंट्स प्रोटीन है, these are the resident protein, they must be localized and they should not move। अच्छा, बिना बोले चली जाती है, राजलक्ष्मी की ब्यूटी देखो, बिना बोले चली जाती है, अरे एटलीस्ट बोल सकते हो कि सर आई एम लीविंग, राइट? मैनर्स तो बिल्कुल नहीं है। अभी मैंने उसी के लिए एग्जांपल दिया था बहुत सारे काम करती है, नॉट फोकसिंग ऑन सिंगल थिंग, काम करना भी पड़ता है, क्या कर सकते हैं। चलो नेक्स्ट डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, क्लियर हो गया ना ये?
सर ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है।
So I'm not going to discuss tomorrow क्योंकि इसमें गोल्गी बॉडी के अभी मैंने दिखाई दिया स्ट्रक्चर, एंड दे आर गोइंग टू फॉर्म टू टाइप ऑफ नेटवर्क, देयर इज ए CGN, है ना, called as the cis Golgi network, and they are also called as the intermediate compartment, and another compartment is called as the trans phase. So cis phase is called as the entry phase, while trans phase is called as the exit phase. So protein and lipid mostly, ये important point note कर लो, protein and lipid mostly enter via cis Golgi network.
ये सर, और ट्रांसपोर्ट जो होगा फ्रॉम द ट्रांस गोल्गी नेटवर्क।
Protein and lipid enter cis Golgi network in vesicular transport, can arrive in the ear and exit from trans network. Right. So both network are thought to important for protein sorting also, and protein entering the CGN can either move onward in the Golgi apparatus or be returned to the ER. Similarly, protein exiting from the TGN can either move onward and be sorted according to whether they are destined for lysosomes, secretory vesicles, or cell surface, or be turned to an earlier compound. Right? ये इम्पोर्टेंट है। सो गोल्गी apparatus क्यों बात कर रहे हैं? बिकॉज पॉलीसेकेराइड का क्या है ना, Golgi apparatus is especially prominent in cells that are specialized for secretion, such as goblet cell of the intestine epithelium, which secrete large amount of polysaccharide rich mucus, है ना, into the gut. So in such cell usually large vesicles are found in the trans side of Golgi apparatus which faces the plasma. जो सर्दी जुकाम होता है तो बलगम निकलता है ना, म्यूकस, तो
Yes,
म्यूकस
sir.
कहाँ से निकलता है, वो इसी की बात कर रहे हैं कि बहुत सारे गोल्गी apparatus वहां पर रहते हैं, बॉडी नहीं, apparatus है ना। तो गॉबलेट सेल क्या है, पूरा
Yes.
गोल्गी apparatus है एक तरीके से, जिससे ढेर सारा म्यूकस निकल रहा है, और ये ट्रांस गोल्गी के साइड में होगा ताकि प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के पास इसका सिक्रीशन पहुंच जाए। ये है उसका स्ट्रक्चर, यू कैन सी दिस।
तो प्रीवियस स्लाइड एक मिनट।
अच्छा,
तो प्रीवियस स्लाइड।
चलो
ओके सर।
नेट का फॉर्म तो मेरे ख्याल से आने वाला होगा, फॉर्म तो निकाल ही देना चाहिए,
यस सर, वो तो
वाले 15 जुलाई को करवा लें।
और वो अब तो जुलाई। यस सर।
So Golgi apparatus को in short what we can say, they are highly polarized organelle, highly polarized organelle है ना। और एक्सोसाइटोसिस में लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ म्यूकस इज सिक्रेटेड वाया एक्सोसाइटोसिस। एक्सोसाइटोसिस मैकेनिज्म से दे आर रिलीजिंग लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ म्यूकस।
सर गोल्गी अपैरेटस और गोल्गी बॉडी में क्या फर्क है? सर गोल्गी बॉडी में जो स्मॉल स्मॉल वेसिकल्स टाइप के होते हैं वो गोल्गी बॉडीज होते हैं, और गोल्गी अपैरेटस जो
फ्लैटेंड सैक, जो इंटरमीडिएट, जिसको सीजीएन नहीं बोला था, इंटरमीडिएट सैक्स, नसिस को बोला ना, ट्रांस को, बीच वाले को बोला गोल्गी अपैरेटस,
जो बीच वाला।
हाँ
अच्छा।
सीजीएन। और ये सीजीएन और टीजीएन ही दोनों रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं एक्सोसाइटोसिस में। तो ये क्वेश्चन भी पूछ सकता है कि दो गोल्गी का कौन सा पोर्शन काम कर रहा है, सीजीएन भी काम कर रहा है और टीजीएन भी काम कर रहा है एक्सोसाइटोसिस में।